Okay, can we just talk for a second? Because something really weird happened over the last few days. So, if you watched my first YouTube video, firstly, thank you. Secondly, you probably think my life has changed after uploading it. Like, maybe I suddenly woke up thinking, like, wow, I'm officially a content creator now. No, not even close. If anything, I think uploading my first YouTube video made me question my life even more. And I wasn't expecting that. See, before uploading, everything was in my control. The video was on my phone. I could edit it whenever I wanted, delete it whenever I wanted, change the thumbnail, change the title, change the intro. Nobody knew it existed. It felt safe. Then I pressed upload. This tiny little video had been sitting in my gallery for such a long time, was out there for anyone, literally anyone. My classmates, my relatives, random strangers, people who accidentally clicked, people who intentionally clicked, anyone. And I don't know why, but that thought terrified me. Not because I was embarrassed of the video, I was actually proud of it. It was more like, wait, people are actually going to know I am trying. Because saying I want to become a YouTuber and actually uploading the first video are two different things. One is an idea, another is a complete proof. And the proof is scary because now people can have opinion. Some people might like it, some people might not. Some people might not care at all. And suddenly I realized this wasn't a fun little project anymore. This was something I actually wanted. And I think that's why it scared me. Because when you genuinely care about something, failure feels personal. If I burn toast, I don't care. I'll make another one. But if I spend hours editing a video, like thinking about every cut, every thumbnail, every clip, and if that doesn't turn out well, that hurts a little bit more. Not because of the numbers, because of the effort. And that's something nobody tells you before you start. Everyone says just start. I uploaded the video, opened YouTube Studio, closed it again, closed it. 5 minutes later, opened it again. I was acting like refreshing the page every 30 seconds would magically create views. I genuinely don't know what I expected. Like, was YouTube supposed to personally announce my arrival? Ladies and gentlemen, Khushi has uploaded. Obviously not. My brain was convinced that something exciting will happen every time I refresh it. It didn't. Most of the time, nothing changed. And somehow, I still refreshed again. And the funniest part is I kept telling myself, Khushi, stop checking. Literally, I'd close the YouTube Studio, put my phone down, and then my brain would randomly go, just check once. Just check once. Who was I lying to? Because just once somehow turned into me checking and me staring at the analytics for continuous 15 minutes. I had absolutely no idea what half of these words meant. But I was nodding my head like I was the CEO of YouTube. I think we all do that. Whenever we don't understand anything, we just pretend we do. Nothing was interesting. I was just confused. And then something happened that just made me smile. My first comment. I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was lying on my bed, scrolling, distracting myself. But when I saw the notification, I opened it so fast, like the speed was actually concerning. I read the comment, I read it again, and I smiled. Not because it was some life-changing moment or life-changing comment, it wasn't, but because someone actually watched the video, stayed till end and took time to comment something meaningful. It feels like, someone is actually listening. And honestly, that meant more to me than the number of views. Because views are numbers, comments are people. There's a real person behind the screen. Someone with their own life, their own routine, who somehow ended up on my video. That still blows my mind. But then, the overthinker inside me woke up again. Because of course it did. I started wondering, what if this video is the only good one I make? What if episode 2 is terrible? What if I run out of ideas? What if nobody comes back? I swear, my brain loves creating problems that don't even exist. Why are we already stressing about something that hasn't already happened? I do this all the time. I'll start something exciting, and instead of enjoying it, I'll immediately jump 5 steps ahead. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm wasting my time? What if people think it's cringe and honestly exhausting? And then I caught myself. I literally stopped, looked at myself, and thought, Khushi, you wanted this. Remember how exciting you were before uploading this? Remember how badly you wanted to start this? So why are you letting your imagination steal something you're so excited about? That conversation with myself actually helped. Because I realized something. I wasn't scared of YouTube, I was scared of being seen. And I think those two things are completely different. And when I realized that, I honestly felt a little stupid. Because I spent so much time telling I want to become a creator. I wanted people to watch my videos. I wanted people to know who I am. I wanted to build a community. But the moment it actually started happening, I panicked. Then I started thinking about something. How many things have I not done just because I was scared of what someone else might think? Like, seriously, imagine the number of opportunities you have ignored because of some imaginary person's opinion. I don't know if this happens to you, but I sometimes create the entire conversation in my head. I'll imagine someone judging me, someone laughing, someone saying she's trying to become an influencer now. Meanwhile, that person is probably just living their own life, probably deciding what to eat for dinner. And here I am, creating an entire Netflix series in my head. I think we are all the main characters in our own lives, which means everyone else is busy being the main character. Nobody is thinking about us as much as we think. That realization was honestly so freeing, because if people are going to have opinions anyway, I would rather have opinions about something I actually tried. That is something I never had courage to do. You know what's funny? Before uploading, I thought biggest challenge would be making videos, learning how to edit, figuring out thumbnail, camera angles, lighting, audio, all the technical stuff. Turns out the hardest part wasn't about the cameras, it's your own mind, your own thoughts. I wasn't chasing perfection, I was hiding behind it. And once I admitted that, everything started making a little more sense. So here I am, episode 2, still figuring things out, still overthinking, still refreshing the YouTube studio way more than I should. And honestly, I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. I think every time I upload a video, I'm probably going to have that one tiny moment of panic, where I wonder, is this good enough? But maybe that's just part of creating. Maybe confidence doesn't come before you start. Maybe it comes after you have done something really scary over and over again. Because if you think about it, I have just uploaded one video. Of course I feel nervous. Imagine expecting you to be amazing before even you barely started, and that would be so unfair. Why is that the moment we make a mistake, we suddenly become our biggest critic? It's weird. If anything, I admire people who start, whether it's YouTube, starting a business, going to the gym, learning a new skill, or even speaking up in class. I always think, good for them. So why do I assume that everyone else is judging me? Out of everyone, me. Maybe they are not. Maybe they're just watching someone who's trying. And maybe that's enough. I don't know where this channel is going. I genuinely don't. Maybe 6 months from now, I'll look back at this video and start laughing. Maybe I'll think, wow, I talk so much. But I also think I'm going to be proud of this version of me, because she stopped waiting. She stopped saying, I'll start next month, or I'll upload when everything is perfect. I know this sounds cheesy, but if future Khushi ever watches this, I hope you remember how excited you were right now. Not because of the views, not because of the subscribers, because you finally stopped dreaming about becoming a creator, actually became one. And if you're watching this, whether you have been here since episode 1 or this is the first video you have ever seen, thank you. Seriously, you could have clicked other minion videos, but you clicked on mine. That means more than you probably realize. I don't know how long this journey will be. Bye.